Right, let's open this up and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I thought perhaps they were swingers or something, but then I realised they were talking about the colour of their van.
I think it's probably far better to just have a threesome, in my opinion. Not that I have. It's only after being in the van for a certain amount of time that you learn these things. We are a fair weather girl now.
Stay tuned, you'll have to check out my channel, Mel's Big.
So, I'll see you in a minute, everybody. Bye. We didn't get asked anyway. Thank God I had emptied the tank in the autumn and I can hear footsteps behind. Hello, Mel.
Hello, how are you getting on?
Good, what do you think? I think it's so much better. It's less yellow. Look at that. It's literally sheared off. So it's another day back at the farm. Mel's busy in the Vario getting some batteries fitted, and I've got my paint cans here. I've got an old little green one which I had left over from last year. I've got my two new ones from Coat that you saw in the last video. These are both wood and metal, and this one is just a intelligent satin wood. This one is eggshell. So we're gonna undo the paint pots and do a test on some wood. I've got some paintbrushes as well. So let's get going. One thing I do need to remember to do is just to give them a bit of a shake, and I probably should have done that before I took these clips off, but hey ho. Monster's gone and crawled under the van because I can hear him scrabbling. Oh, cool, that one's really wet. That's the only one that sounds. Right, let's open this up and see what it looks like, because I haven't seen these yet. There's no water here, so I have got just a little paint tray filled with some water just so I can swill out the brushes. Ooh, factor 50. Let's see what this looks like.
Filming myself doing a little bit of saving.
That's such a lush colour. That's pleasantly nicer than I thought. That's the perfect shade of terracotta that I've ever seen. And then this one is called Tuscany, and it is also a peachy pink, but it's a mid-tone. It's actually slightly lighter than baked, which is funny. They are both pleasantly lovely. I don't think I even like factor 50 in comparison. I'll show you the two colours together, three colours together rather. Tuscany, baked, factor 50. I like these two better. That one's a bit wishy-washy. But we'll wait and see what they look like once they're dry. Back in a mo. So I'm just in the van now, behind the driver's seat, and I don't know whether you can see, but this is the colour of the cupboards that I originally did. And then this is the new colour. So it's pretty much the same actually. See, this is the back of my van with these cream coloured, almost exactly the same shade. Maybe slightly more grey and darker than this colour, but this colour, it's really tacky. It's got like a plasticky finish to it. Also thinking about cutting this one out and this one out so that this is one and this is one, because I'm finding that these boxes, although they're brilliant, you can't get much in them. I'm thinking just one big space, maybe even do a pillar or like a front to it, so it's just a tuck-in cubby, or one big drawer and taking out this. But as you can see, it's really been stapled. Yeah, again, just rethinking about how it functionally works rather than what aesthetically I wanted, because it looks really pretty and it works really well with visual. Practically, they aren't that great because you can't get much in them. So that's why I'm thinking one big drawer, one big drawer. So they're more long rather than upright and square. Plus, it will also lessen the weight slightly by taking out that pillar, and combining it, or not having these boxes at all, maybe even going halfway so I can just shove stuff in and I can grab it out easier. It's just a little bit too complicated for the way that I work, because when I have been using this, like for instance, I've got all my towels and things like that in here. When I was using this for working from, and they stick, I couldn't get enough in there. They were too small for their own good. It's like the shape of the box and the storage box themselves already make the space smaller. So the space saving idea wasn't as space saving as I thought. Also, these are really heavy. So I'm also thinking of ways in which I can reduce down the weight in the van, just overall. That's something that I need to contemplate and figure out how to undo, because like I said, these are all stapled down, so I'm going to have to maybe cut the pillar out and then angle grind these off or knock them up. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask Mel about that. And then this guy, this is the shower that broke. Thank God I had emptied the tank in the autumn. I think I emptied it about November time, just as the frost was starting to happen, because look at that. It's literally sheared off and broke. The tap came off, and had I had a full tank of water, it would have literally flooded the whole of this back of the van. So I'm so grateful that I did that before the winter. And look, this is the washer. This washer's all just broken off. It literally broke off. I don't know whether it's going to focus, but yeah. This was from Amazon. It's like 26 quid. I've since then read loads of reviews and they have all said that it breaks. So lotion, shower head, I'm sorry, but you failed me, and you do not want a whole lot of water filling your van, especially here, because I've got all my massage equipment down in this drawer, or I have at the moment. So had that all flooded, it would have wrecked my rather expensive massage couch that's down here, all my towels, all my pillows, and it's far more cost to me to replace than just, a couple of clothing items or something. So yeah, bear that in mind when you fit a bidet shower. Make sure that you get one that hasn't got like cheap fittings. I have now bought one that's about £43, double the price. It's made out of brass, and I've never had a problem with that one before, because that's the one that I purchased for my crafter, and it's still in the shower now as far as I know. So yeah, it pays sometimes to go for a little bit more of an expensive fitting, especially when dealing with taps and water. So there we go. So I've got to get in here and disconnect all of that. Probably going to have to get in under the bed. So these are all the jobs I'm going to do before I get the mattress, because obviously the mattress is going to be a big old thing to try and manoeuvre out of the van to do these kinds of jobs. So going to do all of these kind of snagging jobs before I get the mattress. The mattress is going to be the final thing to put in here, and then obviously we can go on our epic trip that we've got planned. It's only after being in the van for a certain amount of time that you learn these things, because I thought that this was going to work. I thought that that would be okay, and several other things I thought would be okay, and they just clearly aren't. So don't worry if you do your van and you make a mistake. Just be like me. Just be like, okay, well, I've tried it. It's not working. Try again. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to rectify the paint work today. Just focus on the paint work. Inject a little bit more personality, and I'm not going to be so afraid to try things, especially with the paint. I tried the cream, really don't like it, so we're gonna maybe go for this pink, this brighter pink instead. For instance, like up there on that pillar, get away from this yellow cream, because it's very yellow in person. Trust me, it's very yellow. And all it does is it hits from the ceiling pine colour, which has gone very yellow as well. Even though this has got a clear coat on it, it's still gone very yellow. Let's do that first. Right, let's give this a go. Fingers crossed it's okay. And because I'm a short ass, I'm going to have to stand on the edge of the van like so, because I didn't think to bring any steps today. Haven't touched this van since September. We are a fair weather girl now. Right, that's one layer done. And I can hear footsteps behind. Hello, Mel.
Hello, how are you getting on?
Good, what do you think? I think it's so much better. It's less yellow.
Yeah, it's nice.
You don't notice a difference?
Yeah, I can see the difference. You've gone, I don't know, it's more flesh colour.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
Is it nude, the colour?
It's called Factor 50, but it is nude, yeah.
I remember Julian and Heidi, they had their van and they kept saying about nude is the thing. Yeah, I thought perhaps they were swingers or something, but then I realised they were talking about the colour of their van.
Don't think they were swingers. We didn't get asked anyway. Nothing against swingers if you are a swinger. My parents' neighbour is a swinger. Or she was back in the day. Go Maggie. I think it's probably far better to just have a threesome, in my opinion. Not that I have. Yeah, I'll stop and have some salad. I've got shredded beef salad that I'll need to make up. And I've got some feta and some parmesan, and what else did I get? I think I bought an avocado, but maybe I didn't. Not sure. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. You don't really want to watch me paint all of this van as I jabber away to you. So I'll do this, and I'll catch up with you in a minute when I've done at least the section that I want to do before stopping for lunch. So I'll see you in a minute, everybody. Bye. Right, it's about 2 hours later. I lied. I stopped for 2 cups of tea because Mel very kindly made them for me. Didn't you, Mel? Yeah? He says yes. I've done 1 coat, all on the cream. Yes, it looks a bit patchy because, believe it or not, it's actually quite warm. And you're probably wondering why I didn't use a roller and I used a paintbrush, and that is because we've got no water down here, so I don't really want to have to deal with a huge roller needing to be washed out when we don't have the facilities to do that. So I'm going to have to take this home and wash it out. I've done the whole of the cubby area. I need to paint that second drawer, the one that's still the ply, but I do still quite like it. But these ones are going to be covered, they're going to be painted in with the cupboards. I'm going to cover the fridge with some kind of wallpaper or something. Don't really want to paint it in case I change my mind on the colour and need to keep the appliance as it is. Maybe I'll even vinyl wrap it, I don't know. Paint this drawer, paint the little door. Let me show you around the back. So there's the back panel. You wouldn't really notice it's a different colour. And once we've done all of the painting of that light pinkish beige, I'll then start on the other projects. But there's a long list of stuff to do, so don't you worry, you're going to see lots from me going forwards. Mel's just having a look at this new light that he's bought for the van, but it appears that it's been sent faulty, so he's just tinkering with the electrics. This is the current state inside the van. It's now about 4:45, I would say. And yeah, I think we're going to call it a day. Hopefully the road's open, because earlier on they were doing some road works and we couldn't get in. I took about 20 minutes to get just down one simple road because of it being blocked. So yeah, not really that much has happened, but then I've also done quite a lot of painting and nobody wants to see that for hours, so I've kept you doing your own thing. Right, let's get this thumbnail done. And Monster, do you want to see Monster? Monster's busy down here as well. There you go, puppy. All right. What you doing, Mel?
I'm doing what Mel does best, fixing stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought this light off eBay. Absolutely love the light. It's so steampunk, it's unreal. Trouble is, hang on, I've just got to put this back in here. This connector, you can see it's, oh, you won't be able to see
Hold
it,
on.
but inside it's all melted. Inside there, where the bulb screws in is all melted. But opposite, what does that see it? Is that the mouse? Can it see inside there?
No.
Oh no, I thought that's the lens there, isn't it?
It's the microphone.
Basically, this one's all buggered up. That's at this end of the light fitting. This one was okay, and that was at this end of the light fitting. The bulb goes between the two. So I'm taking the electrics out of this end and putting them in this end. Because if I try and screw the bulb into this, it comes out, because it's such a long bulb, it comes out all crooked like that.
It goes on a wonk.
Yeah, it goes wonky. So I got in touch with the eBay seller, said to him, look, I sent them a photograph, and I said, look, this is no good. Oh, can you send me another one? They said that was the last one we had in stock. So I said, okay, I'll have a refund. And then they said, we'll give you 50%. I went, no, 100% would be better. So they did. So basically I got it for free.
But you do have to
But
try
I
and
still
repair
got to
it.
try and fix it before I can use it, yeah. So, yeah, that's the only downside.
It's an Edison bulb, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so good. Look at that. So this bulb goes down in between there. You get the picture. So now that I've swapped the electrics over, hopefully it will.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, you'll have to check out my channel, Mel's Big Van Small World, for an update to see if it does actually work.
Right, thumbnail then.
Yes.
Right, thumbnail is done. We're now just going to pack up and head back to the house. I said we're packing up and going back to the house now. Monster is here in the van already waiting because Monster likes to hide under vehicles if you don't catch him. So to make it easier, I just grab him straight away and pop him back in the van. Thank you for spending the day with us today. We will see you in the next one.